scary and it was exciting at the same time.
Despite the skepticism of mainstream science, Dave believes the evidence is there. And when Florida's next tornado strikes, he'll be back to try and track down the elusive creature. He is just one of the many believers, those who cross paths with disaster and are forever changed in the twisted aftermath of nature's fury.
And this morning on AM HQ Weekend, Hurricane Patricia makes landfall along the coast of Mexico, bringing damaging wind, rain, and knocking out power in several towns. The impacts being felt this morning and how the storm will affect parts of the United States in the coming days.
And in Texas, several inches of pounding rain leading flash flooding across several roads, closing those roads and stranding drivers. And even more rain will come in the next few hours. We'll have a look at what more we can expect in the coming days.
Plus, severe weather spawning a tornado in the nation's heartland. Could the region be in store for more damaging winds as we make our way into the weekend? We're tracking the threat right here, right now on AM HQ Weekend.
Good morning. Welcome to AM HQ Weekend. Today is October 24th. I'm Kelly Cass in for Kate Parker.
And I'm Reynolds Wolf. Dr. Greg Postel is going to join us the next hour. And Kelly, we have one of those mornings. We have so many topics to share with people.
Absolutely. I mean, we're talking about an incredible hurricane, a record-breaking hurricane, by the way, and eventually what we could see in the southern plains, including life-threatening rain.
Oh, no question about it. But Patricia is going to be the top billing for the time being. Some of the strongest storms we've ever seen and dealt with. In fact, take a listen.
Just listen to the wind whistling out there, the pounding rain as well, as Patricia made a landfall just after 6 o'clock Central Time last evening. And that came ashore about 55 miles to the west-northwest of where this video was taken. We're talking winds of 165 miles per hour, a Cat 5. Gusts were over 200 miles per hour in some spots. And the state of Jalisco has evacuated about 3,500 people and set up over 1,000 shelters.
Unbelievable.
We only hope that they're okay out there. But obviously, I mean, this came in during the evening hours, Reynolds, so very scary time for them.
Absolutely. You know, the thing that's interesting about this is though the winds have dropped considerably, now it's 75 miles an hour, Category 1 hurricane. Keep in mind, one of the big issues that we have, Kelly, and our viewers need to know about, high elevation could really enhance the rainfall. Could be a huge issue for so many people.
All right, it's good that it's ripping it apart wind-wise, but we still have the moisture from that. Not like we need any more moisture in the southern plains. As we take a look at our Saturday snapshot, we've got rain on top of what you saw yesterday, which was over a foot of rain in Corsicana.
You're absolutely right about that, Kelly. The heaviest rainfall will be in Texas, but notice the showers extend all the way up into portions of the Ohio Valley, into the Great Lakes, but the heavy stuff will be in Texas. It's going to be not what you really see, but feel in parts of the south. Very mild conditions. Out to the west, very different situation.
Yeah, it's going to be warm and mild across these areas like Denver. Temperatures in the mid-60s.
Okay. Well, you know what, Kelly? The other big story is the flood emergency unfolding in parts of Texas. You see this flooding, cars, wow, getting stuck in the water. This is near Corsicana, just outside the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. They've dealt with 16 inches of rain since yesterday, and yeah, those numbers are going to continue. It's actually pouring there at this hour. A number of water rescues have taken place. I think there's going to be quite a bit more in the Lone Star State. All right, here's what we know right now. Heavy rains threatening over 20 million people in the south central United States. They're facing the flash flood watch. Texas Department of Transportation reporting parts of I-35 and I-45 closed due to the rising water. And traffic backups 12 miles long at this point. Drivers stranded overnight between Dallas and Houston. County officials tell people to stay off those highways, find a parking lot, and spend the night in their cars. Also, Texas Governor Greg Abbott activating the State Operations Center and also approving state resources for rapid emergency deployment to help local areas. What a huge mess. And give us some more understanding what is exactly unfolding there. We're going to go now to Steve Fano with the National Weather Service in Dallas. And Steve, thanks so much for taking time with us this morning. Can you talk about the rainfall totals that you've experienced so far this morning?
Well, as you mentioned, the most impressive was around the Corsicana area, and actually just checked it, 17.56.
Unbelievable.
Since yesterday. So yeah, pretty impressive. Most of the rainfall totals, including around the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, have averaged anywhere from about 3 to 6 inches. And we've seen some higher amounts, like you said, south of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex.
You know, Steve, so many people think back what happened earlier this year in Wembley particularly along the Blanco River. The waters just so destructive. What areas do you have concern with as we move forward?
Well, right now we're still kind of concentrating on areas from the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex southward today. We're waiting a cold front to move down in the area. It may provide additional focus for storms, and so we're not out of the woods yet. Like I said, we still probably have another good 12 to 24 hours of potential heavy rain.
Steve, that's 12 to 24 hours of potential heavy rain with the men and women of the National Weather Service working so hard, dedicated around the clock. We thank you so much for your service. We'll check back in with you. Kelly, let's shift gears a bit. Send it right back to you.
All right, of course, Reynolds, we're going to talk about the fact that we do have that waterlogged ground there in Texas and what happens with what's left of Patricia, which continues to weaken now. National Hurricane Center, the latest advisory has us at 75-mile-per-hour winds, moving toward the north-northeast at 21 miles per hour. So moving at a pretty good clip now. But remember, these mountains over Mexico are rising to about 10,000 feet. So that's enough to really disrupt the circulation, cause further weakening. But, you know, the moisture is still going to be there from Patricia. So we've got all that plume of moisture that continues to flow northward into the southern plains. And here's our projected path for Patricia, weakening to about 45 miles per hour, we think, by later on this afternoon. But again, it's all about that moisture and where it goes over the weekend, right into Texas, right into Louisiana. Some of this we need. I mean, we have a drought situation that's gotten pretty bad here in some areas of eastern Texas and western Louisiana. But sometimes you get too much rain in a short period of time, and that could lead to more flash flooding. Reynolds.
Kelly, that's how it works in Texas. I mean, it's been feast or famine all year in terms of the forecast. It looks like that trend's going to continue. Well, folks, coming up, we're going to have more from Mexico as Patricia makes its way inland, plus the Northeast bracing for a round of raindrops just as you kick off Halloween week. But is it going to clear out in time for trick-or-treating? We're going to let you know coming up in a few moments. Plus, flooding rains take aim across the Texas Gulf Coast. Houston, Galveston bracing for as much as a foot of precipitation or maybe even more. We're going to time it out, the impacts, and when the heaviest rain will fall this weekend. You're watching AM HQ Weekend. You see the heaviest rain coming down. Central Track, Texas. Be ready.
Grilled chicken and Bush's baked beans.
Mom totally forgot to give us vegetables.
I know, it's awesome.
Booyah.
Blew it.
Bush's baked beans, slow cooked according to our secret family recipe with a hint of sweetness. They're the vegetable kids love.
They're totally eating their vegetables. Booyah.
Blow it up. Bush's baked beans, the veggie kids love. Try our newest flavor, Asian barbecue. Available for a limited time only.
Will it be the front left or the passenger side rear? Which tire will be the free one? Buy 3 tires at Pep Boys and get the 4th free instantly. Which one is totally up to you? You're in the power seat.
It's on! Come on, get together.
Yeah, right.
I will take beauty into my own hands, where it belongs.
Olay Regenerist. It regenerates surface cells. New skin is revealed in only 5 days. Without drastic measures, stunningly youthful, award-winning skin. Never settle for anything less. The Regenerist collection from the world's #1. Olay, your best beautiful.
We're geeking out on what's happening in weather, how it happens, and why it's so freaking cool.
Weather Underground, weeknights at 6 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 58 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, cloudy skies, high 67. Winds southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, rain, low 56. Chance of rain, 90%. Rainfall near 1/4 of an inch. Sunday, morning showers, high 58. Chance of rain